And in fact, the monthly estimates will come up to 4,500 and can go as high as 10,000 for premium kind of nursing homes. Hi everyone, I'm Sijing, insurance specialist here at Haven. Today's topic, we're going to talk about the importance of early long-term care planning and safeguarding your family and finances. Okay, the outline of the presentation, what is long-term care? Next, we'll talk about circumstances that causes severe disability. And then we talk about types of caregiving options in Singapore. We'll talk about the hidden costs in long-term care. And then how do we mitigate this area of risk? And we also will be sharing Haven's planning methodology. And lastly, we'll conclude this presentation. So then what is long-term care? Long-term care refers to the ongoing care individuals may need due to chronic illnesses, disabilities, or cognitive disorders. It includes assistance with activities of daily living in eating, bathing, dressing, transferring, toileting, and walking or moving around. Long-term care is an important consideration in retirement planning, especially for pre-retirees, retirees, and homemakers. Well, circumstances that cause severe disability, it could arise due to several factors, such as a sudden disabling event, such as stroke, spinal cord injuries, worsening of chronic conditions such as diabetes, progression of illnesses with age, for example, dementia. And in fact, there are, according to Ministry of Health, 1 in 2 from age 65 requires long-term care. 1 in 11 from age 60 suffers from dementia, and in fact, the risk goes higher. 1 in 2 from age 85 suffers from dementia. And so as we can see, the risk is not small. In fact, the risk could be as high as 50%. Therefore, it is also estimated that more than 100,000 people in Singapore may have dementia by 2030. The types of caregiving options in Singapore, it varies. For example, home-based care, whereby individuals actually prefer to stay at their comfort of their homes. And most of the time, there is actually a requirement to arrange for a primary caregiver, which is usually a family member, to look after, or in fact to hire a trained domestic helper, or even for a caregiver. The next option would be assisted home care. This is actually in fact for individuals who still prefer to live independently, but however still require assistance in their daily living. The next one would be voluntary welfare organization nursing homes and private nursing homes. In fact, as we can see, assisted home care, VW nursing home, and private nursing home, they are community-based care, and they in fact actually cater for round-the-clock caregiving services. Next, we will refer to the Straits Times article in 2023. So in fact, the question here that we can ask ourselves is, who is our primary caregiver in the event of a severe disability? So depending on the caregiver arrangement, in this article, they actually came up with 3 scenarios: A, B, and C. Okay, and the case study involves a husband and wife who are both 50, and while the man has dementia and survives for the next 10 years. In scenario A, if the wife quits her job to be a caregiver, in fact, there are actually opportunity costs when someone actually needs to step down from their work to be the primary caregiver. And in this case, both their monthly incomes will be affected. Taking into account of long-term care costs, and as mentioned, if the dementia condition actually lasts for the next 10 years, this could amount to around 1.6 million. In fact, they can also explore scenario B to engage a domestic helper. Again, we understand that, okay, so if let's say the wife doesn't need to step down from her job, she continues working, but however, there will still be caregiving costs involved. And so, if we stretch out, if the illness actually stretch out for the next 10 years, the impact will be close to $1 million. Another potential caregiving arrangement, which is to place one in a nursing home. Again, taking into account of nursing home costs, the amount could potentially, for the next 10 years, to amount to around 1.1 million. And so, what is really the hidden cost here? It's the financial sacrifices of the caregivers, which are often overlooked. So moving on, how do we mitigate this area of risk? In fact, our government feels that this is an area that is important enough for them to focus on, and as such, CareShield Life was introduced in the year 2020, which actually provides a starting payout of $600 per month, with the coverage increasing over time. As we speak, this year, if one actually claims from CareShield Life, the payout is $649. And with this new introduction of CareShield Life, Singaporeans or PR, permanent residents that are born in 1980 or later, the good thing is that even if they have pre-existing medical condition or disability, they are also covered. However, the segment people who are born in 1979 or earlier, they can still choose to join CareShield Life if they have not developed severe disability. Again, we can actually also look at getting personal insurance as a long-term care supplement. For each individual insurer, there's a limit on how much we can actually get the payout for. So normally it's around $5,000. And in fact, we can use $600 per year from our MediSave account to pay for the premiums. Lastly, personal assets is another consideration to mitigate this risk, even starting from 2020. Severely disabled Singapore residents aged 30 and above can withdraw up to $200 per month for long-term care purpose. And then, of course, that might not be enough. We will need to actually supplement with our retirement funds if we have any annuities, CPF, even from our savings and investments. Note, financing 100% of long-term care through personal assets may not be the most efficient option compared to risk pooling mechanisms such as CareShield Life and personal insurance. So rather than relying on personal assets, we can pay a premium, and together with other insured's premium, and with this collective pool, it will then be used to pay for claims in the event of a severe disability. So at Haven here, what's our planning methodology? In terms of caregiving options and considerations, monthly estimates. In fact, Singlife, they did a recent long-term care study in 2024, and this is actually the suggested estimate for the kind of expenses that one will incur during a severe disability. And of course, at Haven, if the individual's preference is to be supported by a domestic helper or caregiver, then we add on another $1,500 to the monthly estimate. Next, if the caregiving arrangement is to explore assisted home care option, together with medical and therapy costs, that monthly estimates will come out to be around $3,900 to $4,400. At Haven, when we plan for nursing home caregiving arrangement, normally we don't actually plan for non-subsidized rates. And in fact, the monthly estimates will come up to 4,500 and can go as high as 10,000 for premium kind of nursing homes. So in conclusion, understanding the level of caregiving you may need and preparing for the associated costs in the event of severe disability is crucial, especially for pre-retirees who have not addressed this in their planning. Second, the cost can be significant, and ignoring them could jeopardize our financial security. Third, with life expectancy rising, nowadays actually planning for a potential lifespan of 100 years is no longer far-fetched, and in fact, it is essential for us to plan ahead. And lastly, by taking proactive steps now, you can ensure that you and your loved ones are protected from the financial and emotional burden from long-term care. At Haven, we are dedicated to helping you navigate these challenges with confidence. Reach out to us for personalized consultation and take the first step towards securing your financial and emotional well-being. You can contact us or reach us at contact@haven.com. Thank you. Okay, go. A sudden disabling. Sorry, let me go back. In fact, there are several types of caregiving in Singapore. Sorry, go back. Depending on the arrangement, you can reach us at contact@haven.com. Thank you.